Have you ever been in a house so big that the couch is just kind of like sitting in the middle of the room?
Okay.
It's not leaning on any walls. It's not touching any baseboards. It's just sitting in the richness of open space and square footage.
Okay.
So my floating couch theory is, if you live in a place where your couch touches a wall or baseboards, you're middle class. If you live in a house that is so big and so massive that your couch is in the middle, it's not touching anything, you're like Phil Knight, co-founder rich. Which brings me to my Oregon Ducks this year. Blue chip athletes. They got NFL prospects. Their tight end's going to go in the first round. Dante Moore, if he keeps playing like this, he might be the first overall pick. The Oregon Ducks couch does not touch the walls of the baseboards. They are filthy rich with skill position players and talent at a premium. I think the Natty is all theirs to win, Big Ben.
But here's the problem. Where's the game won? Go ask anyone that watches college football for the most part, or a coach or former coach or anyone that follows college. Where's the game won?
Battle of the trenches.
Battle of the trenches. How much did Texas Tech pay for their defensive line this offseason?
They're number one in the portal, weren't they?
Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, but $7 million. Yeah. $7 million. I hope Oregon spent that same amount on their offensive line.
Portal class.
They did. Well, they had the number one ranked defensive portal class, if we're going to call it that. And they got a Heisman candidate that plays linebacker.
J-Rod.
No matter what, if you have a floating couch and all these 4 and 5 stars, it's in the trenches. Texas Tech has a really, really good defense. Really good defense. Dante Moore better be ready. I think we see the backup. I think he gets popped.
I guess I would counter with this. We've only seen Texas Tech play against the Big 12.
But they can't play against
they have a good Big 12 defense. They didn't play Indiana.
Hey, money is money. There's no exchange rate here. Like, you spend $7 million on kids, you're getting $1.5 million kid, $1.5 million kid. Like,
that's if your scouting report is good on these kids.
I love this banter. No, keep going.
Oregon signed the number one ranked running back in the portal and the number 6 overall player in the portal. I think Mekhi Hughes. He doesn't even play anymore. That's how loaded they are with talent.
They're back in the portal.
Their backfield. He redshirted this year because he got jumped by 2 freshmen.
Okay, get my theory here. I think Texas Tech knows that. You can take shots on offensive guys, but they're playing against relative competition. Go get me the biggest, fastest, strongest defensive linemen and linebackers. That's where I'm going to spend my money. And that's what they did. They won the Big 12, the number 4 seed.
Who do they play?
Everyone in the Big 12 and won. Like, that's all they can play. What do you want them to schedule SEC schools?
I want to see a body of work outside of the Big 12. They played no one. They were always in the lead.
We'll see.
They never had to do anything. If Oregon comes out and scores some touchdowns,
Texas Tech's going to see a return on their investment. It's going to come in the way of sacks, Dante Moore running around, and Oregon being really uncomfortable. It doesn't care if you're a 4 or 5 star recruit, you get smacked in the face over and over.
They're just going to speed them up. They're just going to run that fast tempo offense. They're going to stretch the field like vertical and side to side. You don't have to go to the portal to get a defense when you have 5-star linebackers and linemen.
I'm saying there's
every year.
I'm saying there's a difference between guys that, okay, you go get 4-star, 5-star recruits at the high school level. You still have to develop them and so forth. They went in the portal. These are guys that have played college football that they can assess against the competition and gave them a lot of money. And they have subsequently been one of the best defenses in the country. And that doesn't go away.
Compared to a Big 12 schedule.
Sure, 4 and 5-star recruits don't all of a sudden outplay guys that got paid a lot of money and have played in college football already.
I disagree. What if those 4 and 5-star recruits?
Well, guess what, K-Win? Guess what? We're gonna see, aren't we? We're gonna see. It will play out.
Well, some of these seniors and juniors at Oregon have played.
That's fair. It's going to be offense versus defense.
The program.
It's going to be Lanning versus.
It's going to be a full team versus a Big 12 ready defensive team.
But everyone's excited about this game.
It's the best game.
Rightfully should. By far the best game.
Everyone's excited about this podcast. Hello and welcome to Big Ben and K-Win. I got a little excited there. Each week we broadcast live on YouTube. So if you're watching this, drop your comments below. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the pod so you can catch us every week. More of an audio podcast. Subscribe, thumbs up, give us some comments as well. We'll get at you. I'm K-Win, he's Big Ben. We're going to talk about the college football playoff, the NFC West. Niners just won, beat the Colts. They're rolling. May talk a little NBA and much, much more. Do you want to continue this Oregon talk?
No. Let's come back to college football.
Okay.
If that's all right. Can we table it?
All right.
Or do you want to go back?
I feel like you're like throwing the white flag because you were losing.
No,
That's
I
why
wasn't losing that
switch.
debate. I think there's two theories going on. One, the more 4 and 5 star recruits we have, the better we are subsequently as a team. Not always the case.
I'm saying depth.
Versus 2, it's one in the trenches, and we went out and purchased the best players we possibly could.
Oregon recruited the best possible players in the trenches that they could, and they've developed them over time.
Oh, is that true? I don't know if that's factual. I know mine is factual. They went out and spent $7 million. Now they have one of the best defenses in the country. I don't know that your development theory is factual.
$20 million.
I think they got a lot of floating couches and not enough like mojo.
That richness buys you players.
NFC West.
Niners just won. But
Control
if we go back to
destiny.
Yesterday, since the Lions lost, the Niners, the Rams, and the Seahawks all clinched. We have 3 NFC West teams in the playoffs.
Is this the first time since we've been doing this? 8 years that we've had 3? No, we've had it.
No. Didn't we have it 2 years ago?
Could have been, yeah.
Yeah, because the Seahawks, didn't they lose first round a couple years ago? Because
Probably.
the Niners are always in the playoffs, so I mean, it's just
that's true.
how it is.
All right, Hawks, lucky win. Let's call it that. You got away with one. I don't know how.
You hung in there.
Enough, but like the ball had to bounce your way every time, and it did every time. I mean,
But I said this a couple weeks ago. They weren't playing in enough close games. It's back-to-back weeks. It's close games. That's what they need because that's what they're going to see in the playoffs. And they got wins in back-to-back weeks.
You didn't have Devontae, or LA didn't, or the Rams didn't have Devontae. Not at full strength. Puka just exposed us. My goodness. Panthers, and then against the Niners. So that could be winner take all first seed bye. If they both win this next game, if the Niners beat the
Bears. The Niners have the hardest schedule left.
Yeah.
The Niners, they play at home, but they play Chicago and Seattle. The Hawks play at Carolina, at San Francisco. Carolina's playing better. The Rams they have the easiest schedule, at Atlanta, and then the Cardinals come home. If they all win out, well, they can't all win out because the Niners play. If the Niners win out and the Rams win out, the Niners get the division because they have the head-to-head. If the Seahawks win out, they win the division because they have the head-to-head against the Rams and the Niners. If the Niners lose a game and the Seahawks lose a game and the Rams win out, I think that's the only way the Rams can win it, right?
Yeah. It's odd because both the Hawks and the Niners control their own destiny, if that makes sense, because they play each other. It's
weird because they've been chasing the Rams the whole year, and now the Rams are looking to see what the Seahawks and the Niners do.
It's not the worst thing to have. You got to take care of business. That's going to be a tough game for the Seahawks. You're right. The Panthers are playing. They're playing for something, I believe, too. They're
in the first place in the NFC South.
And you're playing East Coast. It's just you play well on the road. You got that going for you. But Bryce Young, Walleye's back. Hubbard's nowhere to be seen. But East Coast game, tough. But then you're back against the Niners.
And I was already doing the matchup scenarios. So let's just say the Seahawks win out and they get the number 1 seed. Let's say the Niners get the number 6 seed. That means the Seahawks get a bye. The Niners would play the 2nd seed, which is the Eagles. So if the Niners beat the Eagles and then they reseed, the Seahawks could end up playing the Niners again that could be 3 times in 2 weeks. So this is your favorite thing. Like, you've got to win the game if you're the Niners or the Seahawks, but how much of your playbook are you going to show if you're going to see them potentially again in 2 more weeks?
You play 1 week at a time for that reason. Like everyone would say that, right? Just play 1 week at a But good coaches, right? God, think of that trio of those coaches, how long they might be around. Shanahan, how old's Shanahan? 40, mid-40s?
Something like that.
McVay's like 41, 42. And then McDonald's 39. I mean, those guys, a couple decades. If they wanted to.
Yeah, Shanahan's 46.
If they wanted to. Is there a big three, the Niners?
Yeah.
Are you calling it the big three, then everyone else is kind of role players around them? Is that a fair assessment? Who's your top receiver?
Well, Kittle has been hurt.
No.
Are you talking by stats or just?
Well, no, just like you got to go to someone. Can't be Kittle. They're bracketing him. Who are you going to go to?
I mean, it's Jawan Jennings.
Is it?
Or Ricky Parasol. I think they're kind of 1A, 1B. But
your
main guy.
If you have 2 alphas, you don't have one.
Your main guy's Kittle. Like when
I know Purdy, that he's part of the big three. You got Purdy, CMC, and Kittle.
Why we got to call him a tight end? Why can't we call him a weapon?
Flex, because he would get paid twice the amount he is right now. We called him anything but a tight end. Let's be honest.
I would say Jennings is probably your number 1 receiver, but Kittle is Purdy's number 1 option when he's looking to pass.
Agreed. Okay, and the 2 weeks. What would that take us to? The 10th? 10th would be wild card weekend, right?
I think so.
I believe so. So who's got the first round bye?
Seahawks.
You believe the Seahawks?
Yeah.
Not from what I saw tonight. Defense looks good. Salah's good.
Yeah.
But again, he was playing at 40. We'll see.
We'll see. I guess what scares me as a Niners fan is you're playing against the best team in the division, the Bears, this week, coming into week 17. That's going to be a grind-out game. You got to win that game, and then you got to win another game.
Yeah.
And McCaffrey has got to touch the ball.
He's coming out a lot.
40 times, right?
Yes, something's ailing on him. He just won't say or you won't show it.
It's his back is what I've read in the reports. But
let's talk Bears.
Okay.
My favorite coach in the NFL, Ben Johnson.
Coach of the year over Vrabel?
Ooh.
Over Liam Cohen?
Ooh. This next 2 weeks will tell it. If the Bears, and it's all relative to the difference in like where you took them to where they are, right? The Bears, I think, but you look at the Jags are hot. You look at what the Patriots are doing.
Yeah.
That'll be tough. Might be a 3-way tie.
The last 2 weeks will determine it. But let's talk Bears.
I got some stuff on the Bears.
Let's hear it.
Okay, perfect timing, right? The governor came out and said, we put a package in front of the Illinois governor that we want him to stick around, but Indiana's telling him to come down. All of a sudden, this year, they look a little sexier. You know, the revenue they could generate, people coming in the things. So now there's like push and pull between Indiana and the governors and trying to figure out a deal where they can put the stadium in their state they want to keep. So the Bears are posturing, right? Perfect time to posture.
Yeah.
You're good. You just beat the Green Bay Packers. You know what's funny about the Bears? They are not statistically pleasing. Does that make sense? They're not statistically pleasing.
We're going to argue a lot today.
Caleb Williams is, I think, 11th in total QBR for the year. He's 11th in passing yards, 12th in touchdowns. The key thing about Caleb, and you wouldn't believe this, he's third in least interceptions among qualified starters. 6 interceptions to Matt Stafford and Jared Goff have 5 each. So although it's not sexy in the statistic column, he's doing the right things. DeAndre Swift, still not a 1,000-yard rusher, but he's 12th in the league in rushing. David Moore, top receiver, he's like 48th in the league. DJ Moore. They're not statistically pleasing like the Lions were, or you had ungodly numbers by Gibbs, Montgomery, everyone, but they're winning games.
I would say they're statistically pleasing in all the right categories.
Ooh. Okay.
Because if you look at their running game, it's a back running back. It's Swift and Minage. They're second in the NFL in total rushing yards, and they're second in the NFL in rushing yards per game, I think at 152. And what is a quarterback's best friend? It's the running back. In this case, it's two of them. And then their defense is okay, but they do turn people over. So, like, all of Caleb's stats and all the other stuff isn't sexy, but their running back room is sexy, and the turnover margin is sexy. So maybe that they have the two things that you need to really win in the playoffs is to turn the opponent over and to run.
And people would argue, you don't have the most yards because you have shorter fields, right? Your defense is holding up, creating turnovers. And I think, if you have a strong running game, and you're staying in games, you're not asking Caleb Williams to do too much, right? Like you're not asking him to, I need you to go put up 14 points in the next 5 minutes. Like he's been able to stay within himself, and he's had enough freedom where they're letting him run a bit. The Bears are fun. They're fun now. They're not like the old stodgy Bears. They're fun. And I'm sure that's what every other Bears fan is saying too. They're finally fun again. Like, I want to go to a game. There's a chance they're going to win it. And there's a pretty good chance they're going to win lately. I don't know. I might be a Bears fan next year.
I think we're both Bears fans.
But this is,
I think what you're trying to say, or maybe I'll put words in your mouth. This is the Bears' floor. Because Caleb can only get better from here. And he doesn't turn the ball over, so he doesn't throw interceptions. He doesn't get sacked because you can't sack him. So if he improves his completion percentage, his reads, the Bears are just going to grow and grow from here.
What I think I was trying to say is the Bears are a year away from having the talent that Ben Johnson had on the Lions, right? Look at Swift. May not be, 1-to-1 on Gibbs, but Montgomery, like he's got all these pieces that one more year in a system, 1 year more you're getting comfortable, 1 year you're knowing the calls, like all of a sudden things will start to click at a greater capacity. Like you'll have a really good statistical offense, whereas this year you just don't lose games. Keep us in the game. We'll find a way to win. They're fun. God, Bears, I could watch the Bears play the Lions probably all Christmas, all Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Well, and Caleb didn't have two of his wide receivers last week.
Luther Burden was out.
And Dunze was out, and they came from behind, and they scored, and they're winning in these close games. They're like the comeback kids. They keep coming back and winning in the fourth quarter. And those two throws that Caleb had, the one at the end of regulation and then the walk-off to DJ Moore, it's like you can't teach that touch, that arm strength, that placement. So if he continues to get better and better, look out for the Bears, man.
And that's just glimpses, right? I think Ben Johnson's trying to assess what throws Caleb can make, what he can do, and then also how do I incorporate his running ability? Like, do I start doing a lot more RPOs, options? Like, there's a lot he can do with the assets he has. I think it's this year's kind of the learning period, right? The learning curve, trying to adapt to the playbook to his players and the players being able to understand his playbook as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to compare Andy Reid and Mahomes to Ben Johnson and Caleb, but what I will say this is how much better did Mahomes get in year 2 and year 3 and year 4 when Andy Reid's like, oh, I know what plays to run for him. Like Ben Johnson is going to figure out what plays Caleb's comfortable with and what he can execute on, and that's a scary thing.
And you bring up a good point because Patrick Mahomes is more like Caleb Williams than Jared Goff, right? Like there's only so much, there's a lot more you can unlock or even allow Caleb to kind of have more freedom with the threat to run than say like Jared Goff, right? Because there's no outlet for Jared to run for 10 yards for where there is for Caleb Williams. I like that.
Nice. We're getting along.
College football playoff.
Yes, let's go to
Can
it.
we put a pin on Texas Tech, Oregon? Do you want me to take Texas Tech and the points? You take Oregon?
I already have Oregon.
Okay. I'll take Texas Tech. I want.
It's going to be the best game of the weekend.
By far.
intern phoned this in. I hope he's right. All 4 teams that got buys last year lost in the second round. Oregon lost, Arizona State lost, Boise State lost, and Georgia lost. Now they changed the seedings around a little bit, but if you go to Georgia, that's got to be on Kirby Smart's mind. Like, how do we win this game after the layoff? And they're going against an opponent that they already saw, and they have tape, but Ole Miss has tape on them.
But they don't have tape on Golding being the head coach. And I think that's the difference here. It's like, I think, what do they say? Some players play better under like, they're kind of playing with house money, right? You're not supposed to win. You're not supposed to go beat Georgia with a coach that you haven't had all season. Like, there's just a lot of things, I think, tailwinds behind Ole Miss. And Golding's probably feels the same way. He has nothing to lose, right? He's not supposed to win. It's, from everything I've read, the players love Golding.
Yeah.
And just how much, I guess we'll see with their effort against Georgia is what I'm saying. Right?
We'll also see once the transfer portal comes out.
Oh, my goodness. Two players from Oregon have already transferred. In the transfer portal. You're still in it. You can still win a national title. See ya. God, that's bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
Well, the other thing is the offensive coordinator, Will Stein, he's getting the Kentucky job.
Yep.
And the defensive coordinator, Lupio, I can't pronounce his name. Lupio is going to Cal.
Yeah.
But the portal opens January 2nd. They play on January 1st. So they're doing a little double duty. So that has to be a little bit of a distraction for their preparation for the game. And that will come into play. Like, no matter how hard you try to focus, like, wait, hold on, I got a QB on line one in the portal.
Kids have their cell phones on the sidelines. Can I rewind a little bit?
Yeah, I was going to rewind too.
Good. I'm rewinding back to, you and I talked about this. When James Madison and Tulane were put in the college football playoff, there's this, you could either look at it to a few lenses. One is, oh, we have the underdog now. Let's root for the underdog. James Madison, like, they deserve to be in. They deserve to get their chance. They both got waxed. Just utterly waxed. And I went back and looked, the win probability on ESPN will show you. Neither of them got above 4%. Not throughout the game. Are you watching a game where the other team has at their peak, a 4% chance?
That's probably better when they started the game. It was probably 0%.
Sure. So it shot up a little bit, but they were both at 0% by halftime. By halftime. You're not watching those games. Cinderella will no longer be asked to the ball, is my theory. They were just not asked. Go play your own tournament. It's going to be more fun, more competitive. Have another network pick that up.
So you're going to either bring in another SEC team or...
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Would you rather watch Ole Miss play? Who got left out? Who was...
Texas. I'd rather watch Ole Miss play Texas and
then Notre Dame play Oregon. That would have been way better, right?
That would have been way better. That would have been an awesome weekend.
Yeah, that would have been amazing. And that's what the networks are saying. And there's probably some analysis. Okay, because they have all the data, right? Where our viewership coming from, and like people still imagine if you just had South Bend, Indiana, and all the Catholics watching the Notre Dame, and then all of Oregon, the West Coast, like that would have worked. All of Texas subsequently watching, like that, they're aware of that. They looked at that as lost revenue. They paid Tulane and James Madison $4 million each to show up and just get tanked. I think flatlined by halftime, like just
double-digit losses,
dead. Not on arrival, but shortly after. And that's what you don't want if you're a network executive. How do we do? Well, the team was out of it, so everyone stopped watching. I mean, it's a trickle-down effect. So I don't think there's not going to be, if we want a true college football playoff, it would have seen Texas in and Notre Dame in. You wouldn't have seen the other two go play your Power 5 bowl or college football playoff. They do it too at the FCS level. It's great. Montana lost to Montana State. Wonderful game in Bozeman, like to go to the championship game. That's what it would look like. You get these similar powers at the power in the Power 5 conferences. You get some powers. That'd be fun. You're not going to play for a national title, but You'll play for, sure, a national title in our own divisions, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I watched the morning game, Miami versus A&M. Great game, back and
Wonderful
forth,
game.
grinded out. And then I went out and I ran errands.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch the Tulane Old Miss game. I checked on my phone. They were down 17-3. I'm like, they got no chance. And then the Oregon game, I just wanted to see the Ducks play. But the Ducks scored on, I think, the first 5 possessions. I didn't even watch after halftime. And so I think they have to do something because it's about ratings and TV money. And these are just blowouts.
And just like you said, okay, we caught your. That's if you're playing that many games on a single day, right, it's like we got to keep the attention, like somehow. And the minute you have a blowout, people are leaving. They're leaving their seats. They're not watching the games anymore. They were there because they saw a good game. If they don't see another good game, they're going to leave.
Well, and advertisers, they're not going to want to advertise on Oregon versus James Madison because no one's going to see any of the ads.
And it will be, and it comes down to the ESPN having their contracts with the SEC, Fox with the Big Ten, so they'll join and we'll say, okay, we'll figure this out here. ACC somewhat got trickled in with the ESPN, and then your Big 12 network, wherever that lives, will kind of come to some consensus about carriership. But we're not inviting anyone else. You know, it's just. But then what happens is, this is what continues to happen, is these Power 5 schools become feeder schools for Power 4. Meaning.
Yeah. I mean, based on this outcome, they're not Power 5 schools.
Yeah. Well, group of 5?
Group of 5. It's
there you
G5.
go.
And if you go back to my floating couch theory, like these group of 5 teams, they got blown out, double digits. They don't have floating couches. Their couches are in like a studio apartment, like
they're on ramen
against the wall. They're on ramen. They have the Murphy bed coming down. Like, get those lower middle class group of 5 schools out of the college football playoff.
It's unfortunate because you won't see a story. I mean, it's just tougher in football, right? Because you have so many guys. To your point,
there's no 3-pointer.
Right. And there's not just 5 guys that I can, run out there and we're the better team and we defend harder, blah, 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 blah. Football, you can exploit. You see it. You can see it just walk on the field. You can probably tell who's going to win the game just at taking an assessment of how big the players are. It's not that way in basketball.
It's strength and size of the trenches, the offensive and defensive line. And so in football, more times than not, the better team wins, or the better team with the more physical teams win. In basketball, even if you play against a physical team, you have the 3-pointer. You have a chance to win. There's no 3-pointer in football.
Steph Curry's not playing quarterback for James Madison. Like that's not happening. So as it's going to happen. We will not see another group of 5 school play in the college football playoff.
We won't see it next year. Definitely. After that, I guess we'll see.
There could be something like promotion relegation type thing. Like, if you win a small tournament or whatever, you get promoted, and maybe that's something along those lines. You win, say you schedule a group of or Power 4 teams and you win 2 games, and then you're qualified to get into something along those lines. There's some sort of qualification process.
What if they expanded to 16 teams? Are you going to let group of 5 in?
Are they the best teams? Probably not. Still.
They won't be in the top 16.
Wait. We'll just go to the 16 Power 4 teams this year, and then go to the worst one and say that James Madison was the best group of 5. Would James Madison beat that team? Probably not. They just got waxed. Like, it'd be one thing if James Madison lost by a touchdown in the 4th quarter. It's not the case. But the 16th team is what? Probably.
So I just brought this up. Miami was 10. Notre Dame was 11. BYU was 12. Texas was 13. Vandy was 14. Utah was 15. And USC was 16. That would be a great 16-team playoff.
Maybe there is that. You get your group of 5 or the last 4 spots, 16 team, last play in, you get your play-in games, and then they can earn their way in. That wouldn't be a bad idea at all.
Yeah.
Play on one day, one place, set up 4 fields. That'd be amazing.
It'd be like an AAU tournament.
Exactly. To get into the college football playoff. They'll get creative.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad way. Play-in tournament for the group of 5.
NBA. So we didn't talk about this, but the NBA has 5 games on Christmas. The NFL has 3 games on Christmas. But the NFL games you've got the Chiefs, who are on their 3rd string quarterback, I think, playing the Broncos.
Yep.
And then you've got the Commanders versus the Vikings.
Commanders when Mariota's out. Josh Johnson has played 18 years. 18 years in the league. He's starting quarterback again.
You can't flex those games out. Sorry, Mahomes, you're not.
No. I think they're on Netflix, so you didn't flex them out, but Netflix signed up. This is what they signed up for. They thought they were getting Mahomes and Jaden Daniels, and little did they know they're not getting either.
And a winning Lions team. So you start off with Cowboys, Commanders at 10. Then you got Lions and Vikings. Then you got Broncos and Chiefs. I'm going to make a bold prediction. I'm not going to watch NFL on Christmas.
No?
Those are horrible games. The only team that has a chance to make the playoffs are the Lions.
It's minimal.
Yeah, the Broncos are probably going to play their 2nd string against the Chiefs.
It's probably true. But it's football on Christmas. You're fine. Relax. Just enjoy it.
I'm watching Pat Spencer play against Klay Thompson on Christmas Day.
Actually, I'd watch that. I'd much rather watch that than Bo Nix or anything they come up with. You can do a one-day fantasy. Do a one-day fantasy. Keep you engaged.
That's the only way I'd watch.
Keep you engaged.
Those are boring games.
Those are bad games. Those are bad games.
But look at the NBA tilt. You've got the Mavs play the Warriors. You've got the Spurs playing the Thunder. So that's a rematch from the NBA Cup when the Spurs beat them to go into the finals. Wemby came off the bench. And then you've got the Nuggets versus the T-Wolves. And then you got the Rockets versus the Lakers. I'm all in on the NBA. I'm out of the NFL. You know who owns the NBA?
Who?
People who enjoy Christmas like me. I forgot. Actually, I got that wrong. You know who runs Christmas? The NBA.
The Christmas runs on the NBA.
Yes.
I will give the NBA this because they've been around and doing Christmas games for a long time. I loved walking in. We'd always go to my Aunt Betty's, and I would just go set the TV on NBC because they had all the games, I think.
Yeah.
And so you'd sit there and you just watch, passively watch. But you got to watch like 3 games throughout the entirety, hors d'oeuvres and then the dinner and then the post and then playing piano. But you'd always gather around the last few minutes to watch the game if it was close.
Yeah.
You're right. The NBA does run Christmas.
You'd always have Jordan on, or you'd have Kobe on, or you'd have Shaq and Kobe on.
And I think they look at it as like a point. Correct me if I'm wrong. So they look at it as like a prestigious game.
Yeah, because everyone's watching.
Yeah.
There's no distractions because they're really the only game on TV.
And the NFL has some horrible matchups, so even better. So that's what you'll be doing on Christmas, watching the NBA. Okay.
Yes.
Where will you be?
I'll be up in the Bay Area with my family.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
What are you
Danville.
doing? D-Town. Don't be telling listeners. They might come and find me.
No, you're not big enough for like someone to come rob your house while you're out at Christmas.
Hey, you haven't seen my couches. They're floating in space. They ain't touching the baseboards.
We're going up to Mount Vernon.
Money earned in Mount Vernon.
Money earned in Mount Vernon. We skirted the floods. We're doing great. We're going to do a little, what will we do? I'm probably we'll go to Denny's Christmas morning for a big breakfast.
You got to fill the belly. That's what you told me you do.
Exactly. Fill the belly. Thanksgiving and Christmas. Actually, I might actually do it on Christmas Eve because Christmas Eve dinner is big. So, what am I getting for Thanksgiving or for Christmas? gonna get a. I'll get a Pat Spencer jersey.
All right.
Maybe. I don't know. Roy's in town. All right, should we get out of here?
Luka or Cade Cunningham?
Oh, Luka, proven.
Wow. I'd go Cade.
What?
I need my best player to play on both sides of the ball. And he's not going to be worn down from all the hookah smoking and
Go pick
beer
up the
drinking.
Men's Health from a year ago and look at
Airbrush.
Luka's physique.
You know it.
Look at that physique. Okay, go.
Austin Reeves or Con Knipple?
I always ask this: if you put Austin Reeves on Con Knipple's team, would he put up the same points? He'd put up more. He's a better player. Con Kniple wouldn't even put up close to the stats that Austin Reeves is putting up on the Lakers. That's a
I
fact.
believe he would score just as much. I don't know if he has the playmaking. He's a better shooter. If you're playing with Luka and you can just sit out at the three-point line, Con Knipple is a 40% from three-point land. Remember when Luka was in Dallas? All he did was drive and kick it out to their – he made Tim Hardaway look good. Right?
Okay. Fair.
I go Con. He's a little taller. He's got a bigger body. I think he's got a higher ceiling than Reeves.
Yeah, see, you got to give me the who am I? Am I the owner of the team? Am I the coach of the team?
Owner.
I'm the owner. Okay, I'll am I trading Austin Reeves for Con Knible?
No, I'm just hypothetical.
Who would I plug and play? No, Austin Reeves still.
Okay.
I know what I got with him. He can score. I need scoring. We don't play defense.
Cade Cunningham or Devin Booker?
Oh, Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, I agree.
Dude, Devin
Book's
Booker.
nice. He's nice though.
He's pretty. He's like a. See if you agree with this. You know, Shea, like it's just everything looks easy. You know, Booker has that type of game. Like he never has to get dirty. If that makes sense. But he scores.
Yeah, but he's doing it this year.
He is. He's the only
they're
thing
a 7
going.
seed.
He's the only thing going there. He's the only thing going. Grayson Allen, who's your other guy?
Dylan Brooks, Oregon Ducks. At Big Ben K-Win, anywhere you get your social media, that's TikTok, Threads, follow the Discord, YouTube. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. That'll help us, and subscribe. Also, drop your comments below, either on YouTube, social media. We'll get at you. I'm K-Win. He's Big Ben. Have a very Merry Christmas.
It's heating up. It's spicy. Everything's getting spicy. Next week's gonna be fun. Have a good good Christmas, good holiday.
I will.
Tell Bev hello.
I'll show you my jacket. I will.
Yeah, come on with your jacket.
Ja Morant or LaMelo Ball? Exactly. Neither. We're out.